President Barack Obama travels to Springfield tomorrow, where he once was a state senator and famously returned to announce he was running for president. CBS 2's Dana Kozlov is live outside the Capitol building. Dana, 9 years after that speech, the president will have a message for lawmakers.
Right, Erica, but will that message include addressing head-on the current partisan battle going on in Springfield right now? Some would say that would be like not addressing or acknowledging the 800-pound gorilla in the room. But one person, Governor Bruce Rauner, certainly hopes he does.
It's an honor to have him in Springfield. I look forward to his address, and I hope that he has some inspirational words and advice.
Optimism from Governor Bruce Rauner tonight about President Barack Obama's speech to Illinois' General Assembly tomorrow. The General Assembly that's in the midst of a 7-month political standoff with Rauner.
I am primarily going to focus on his thoughts on how we get compromise. He, as a leader of the Democratic Party, how can I work with the Democratic legislature, get his advice? How can I bring Democrats around to getting reforms?
But compromise may not be in the cards.
If the president has some words to utter that will move the governor off the dime, I think that would be great.
President Obama will talk about what lawmakers, people, can do together to build a better politics that reflects their better selves. It's where his political career began in 1997, and he won't be far from his old state Senate office. He'll also talk to supporters later at the Hoogland Arts Center, but a spokesperson for House Speaker Mike Madigan, the other main player in the partisan stalemate, sidestepped the issue. Are people on both sides of the aisle excited?
I think everybody is. I think everybody thinks it's a great honor.
Governor Bruce Rauner says he had hoped to have a beer with President Barack Obama. That is not going to happen, but he is expected to have 1 or 2 minutes alone with him to talk politics and any other issues. That is before, or maybe right after, the president's speech is set to begin in the House Gallery at 1:20 tomorrow afternoon. Reporting live outside the state capitol in Springfield, Dana Kozlov, CBS 2 News. Erica, Rob?
All right. Thanks, Dana.